Welcome to this tutorial for sermons.com. When you first arrive or log in as a member, this is the first page you will see. We call this the pastor's desktop. We call it that because it includes the resources for this week. At the top is the search bar. We'll get back to the search bar in just a moment. Next is the text for this week, followed by media resources, sermons, illustrations, trending social, the text for this week, followed by the overview and insights into the text. Below is the Bible commentary. This is the concise commentary. There is also an exhaustive commentary available. Further down is the Bible dictionary. These are terms for this week's text. And finally, Christian news around the world by several news agencies. Next, let's perform a search. This is the search bar mentioned earlier. It's the key to accessing all of the resources. In this first menu, you choose what to search for. You can search for sermons, illustrations, Bible dictionary, sermon series, PowerPoints, dramas, and children's bulletins. All of these resources are available to you. We could choose illustrations, but we're going to choose the first default category, sermons. Next, let's choose how we are going to search the resources we just chose, sermons. You can search by keyword, which is the default, by scripture, or by week of the lection. We will choose scripture. But before we do, notice that this box is ready for you to type a keyword. When I click on Scripture, this box changes. Now we can choose our scripture. We'll choose Matthew. Let's go to the Beatitudes, chapter 5, verses 1 through 12. Before I hit search, let's go back and look. We chose what we are going to search for, sermons, how we are going to search, scripture, and then we set up the book, chapter, and verse. Now we're ready. Here are your results. As you scroll down, you can see there are several sermons listed, with the beginning of each sermon abbreviated. Let's look at the 8th sermon by Maxie Dunnam called Breaking the Negative Cycle. First, draw your attention to this cluster of buttons. You can open the scripture with this wheel. These red arrows allow you to scroll through your results. Remember that we are looking at the 8th sermon. You can advance to the 9th, 10th, and so on. But let's go back to the 8th, Breaking the Negative Cycle. These buttons allow you to print, or if you simply want to copy the text, a new window opens with plain text that you can easily copy and paste. This long blue bar is called the Sermon Prep bar. Right now, the first tab is open, and we're looking at a particular sermon on the Beatitudes. If you want a more academic approach, Tools provides a library of resources. The study tools start with the overview and insight into the Beatitudes. The scripture itself. Here's the commentary. Note that this is the concise commentary. It's short and to the point. The exhaustive commentary is much more in depth. Finally, the Bible dictionary includes these terms, but again, This is the Concise Bible Dictionary. The exhaustive includes a longer list of terms with more in-depth discussion for each biblical term. Under the Concise Dictionary, open any of these for a wonderful short article. Scrolling back up to the sermon bar, the next tab is Bible. Remember that our search is on the Beatitudes, so the Bible tab is displaying Matthew 5, 1 through 12. You can view translations in parallel with this menu. We'll choose the NRSV. You can look at the context of the Beatitudes by going back or forward. The next tab in the sermon prep bar is Illustrations. Listed here is a huge list of stories, anecdotes, humor, and quotes, all related to the themes of the Beatitudes. The final tab is News. From the pages of today's news agencies comes a list of faith-based current events that can be easily adapted to fit your sermon. I'd like to invite you to become a member. Sign up starts here at the top right of the page. Subscriptions are charged annually and are reasonably priced. It's easy to join. Just input your name, your email address, and the desired password, and you're on your way. As a member, you'll enjoy a sermon prep experience second to none. Now, from all of us, thank you for watching, and welcome to sermons.com.